Welcome. Today's lesson is on negative exponents. I'm going to try to keep this lesson very, very simple. So the first thing is let's remind ourselves what an exponent really actually means. If I give you 3 to the 4th power, that really means I'm multiplying 3 by itself 3 times. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And we could multiply that out and give ourselves 81 if we wanted to. But what I want to emphasize is that we're multiplying. The exponent means we're multiplying. And the 4 means how many times we're multiplying by 3. And to make it even one step simpler for when we get to negative exponents in 0, is I want to emphasize that we really actually have a visible 1 that we don't really write in front. So we're really multiplying 1 by 3 4 times. So I'm going to put a 1 here and put a time symbol because I'm multiplying 1 by 3 4 times, which still equals 81. Now, if we move down a step, so I go 3 to the 3rd power, again, I want to emphasize that I start with 1 and I'm multiplying by 3 times. And again, I could get that to equal 27 if I wanted to multiply it out. If I move down another exponent to 2, it means I'm multiplying by 3 twice. And again, I like to start with that 1, and then I'm multiplying by 3 twice, which gives me 9. Let's go down one more exponent. In other words, let's write a 1 here. Technically, we don't need to write the 1, but there is a 1 exponent there. And that means I'm taking 1 and I'm multiplying by 3, but we can just write that as 3. We just write it as simple 3. If we go down another exponent, in other words, I go down to a 0, that means I'm taking this leading 1 here and I'm not multiplying by 3. I'm just leaving it as a single 1 multiplied by no number. Don't think it's multiplying by 0. It's not. It's just I'm not multiplying by 3. So I'm leaving it as a single 1. Now, as I continue this process, if I take that leading 1 and I times it by 3 to the negative 1, now comes the understanding of what the exponent means. The exponent means I'm multiplying by 3. Well, that's a positive exponent. So when I get down to a negative exponent, I'm going to do the opposite of multiplying. What's the opposite of multiplying? Well, that's dividing. So I'm going to take this 1 and I'm going to divide by 1/3, or I'm going to get it to equal 1/3. If I continue this process and I go 3 to the negative 2, that means I'm not multiplying by 3 2 times, I'm dividing by 3 2 times. Or in other words, I have 1 divided by 3 twice, or 2 times, or 3 squared. I could take it to write it out as 3 times 3 on the bottom, but I'm dividing by 3 2 times, which gives me 1/9. If I go to 1 times 3 to the negative 3, that means I'm taking 1 and dividing by 3 times, or 3 to the 3rd, which is 1/27. If I go 1 times 3 to the negative 4, that means I'm taking 1 and dividing by 3 4 times, or 3 to the 4th is on the bottom, which gives me 1/81. Now look at the pattern here along the side here. I have 1/81, 1/27, 1/9, 1/3, 1. Then I have the reciprocals, 3, 9, 27, 81. So in other words, think of this negative exponent as doing the reciprocal of this multiplication, or this 3. So let's do a couple examples really quickly. If I was to give you 4 to the negative 2 power, that still means I'm going to do 4 times 4, but I'm going to do its reciprocal, or 1 divided by 4 times 4. So I get 1/16. Now, This is also true if the exponent is in the bottom and negative. What I mean by that is if I go 1 over 5 to the negative 2, that means I'm going to do the reciprocal, or I'm going to do the opposite of division, because I'm dividing here. So what that means is I'm going to bring it up and do 5 squared, or that's going to equal 25. So the negative brought it back up if it's in the bottom. If it's in the top of the fraction, it brings it to the bottom of the fraction. So think of every number as a fraction. You can write any number as a fraction. If I give you 7 to the negative 2 power, I can write that as a fraction by putting it over 1. And then the negative exponent means I'm going to bring it down to the denominator, which leaves a 1 in the numerator. The 7 squared now is in the denominator. And when I bring it down, the exponent becomes positive. I've taken care of that negative exponent. Now it's 1 over 49 when I multiply the two 7s together. So one thing I want to emphasize is a negative exponent will never, ever, ever make the number become negative, the final outcome. It just flips it into a fraction. Or if it is a fraction, 1 over, say, 9 to the negative 2 power. So it's already a fraction and the exponent's negative and it's in the denominator. That means I'm going to do the opposite of this division, which is what a fraction is. I'm going to bring it up and do 9 squared in the numerator, which is just 81. So I still just square the 9 and get 81, but I move it up because of the negative exponent. Work on your assignment, and if you have questions, please bring them to class.